friends, welcome to the weekly Roundup. Let's begin with the most important one, which is on the US national debt. The US national debt has crossed $31 trillion for the first time last year. The debt ceiling borrowing cap is set at $31.381 trillion. This has again led to speculation on whether US will default on its forthcoming interest payments. The debt ceiling refers to a fiscal rule that dictates how much the US government can borrow. Ms. Yellen, Treasury Secretary, urged the Congress to raise $31.4 trillion federal debt limit, saying a failure to do so would also risk undermining US global economic leadership and raise questions about our ability to defend our national security interest. Traders believe there is only a very small chance of the debt ceiling not being lifted in time to avoid disaster. But the ongoing impasse between the government and the opposition is starting to raise concern. The longtime US sovereign credit analyst William Foster says that Moody's will keep US credit rating at AAA unless there is an actual default. Because number one, US dollar is the world's reserve currency and 60% of global FX reserves are in USD, so there is no foreign exchange crisis. And number two, US had the world's largest and most liquid bond market. And finally, US is world's largest economy and has shown resilience in the face of economic shocks again and again. Indian gold futures hit a fresh all-time high on Thursday last week, tracking gains in overseas markets, but the rally dampened demand in the world's second biggest consumer of precious metals, dealers said. Domestic gold futures rose to 61,490 rupees per 10 grams, up nearly 12% so far in this year 2023. While on the subject of gold, do you know that RBI holds 7.8% of its total forex reserves in the form of gold? As on 31st of March, RBI held approximately 794 tons of gold, of which approximately 437 tons is held overseas in the safe custody with the Bank of England and Bank of International Settlements, and approximately 301 tons is held domestically. India's total foreign exchange reserves increased to $578 billion as on 31st of March from $532 billion as of end September last year, according to Reserve Bank of India's half-yearly report on management of foreign exchange reserves. Foreign exchange reserves also rose by $45.79 billion in the period under review. The rise in reserves is mainly attributed to RBI's active intervention through dollar purchases during bouts of appreciation in the rupee and revaluation gains. On a different subject, SEBI may ask mutual funds and brokers to limit association with influencers or financial influencers who are seen to be giving misleading advice and inducing investors. SEBI will define what kind of advice is seen as misleading after issuing a consultation paper and seeking industry comments before finalizing regulations as per source, with rule violations attracting fines and directions including a ban from capital markets. And finally, ChatGPT. ChatGPT has taken the world by storm, and investors in the stock market are also looking at which companies can win in the race to harness the potential of generative artificial intelligence. The current view of investors seems to be pretty unequivocal. In fact, an experiment conducted by Finder.com on UK stocks found that a portfolio of 38 stocks made by artificial intelligence chatbot, which is ChatGPT, has delivered better performance than the 10 most popular funds in the United Kingdom. The chatbot was created based on investing principles of the leading funds. In the 8 weeks, ChatGPT's portfolio has delivered a profit of 4.9%. The top 10 UK funds in the UK, on the other hand, had booked an average loss of 0.8% during the same period. ChatGPT represents an important shock to corporate valuations. On that note, signing off for this week. Keep well, keep following us and subscribe to us, and speak to you same time next week.